Okay, this is the web services test. Start the test. In 3 months I can give the exam again. Okay, read the online testing policies. Okay, XML serialization, SOAP, duration, instruction. Each question has between 2 and 8 option. One or more answers may be correct. Your time remaining is shown in the top of the test window. Attempt all question since there are no penalties for incorrect. Attempt all questions since there are no penalties for incorrect answers. The test is best viewed using Internet Explorer 6.0 plus, Mozilla Firefox 2.0 plus, or Google Chrome. You must answer each question before proceeding to the next question. You will not be able to change an answer once you have moved to the next question. You have 1 hour to complete the test after you click start test below. If you leave the test midway through your session, you can resume it within 1 hour by returning to this page. If you do not complete your test within 1 hour of clicking start test, your test will expire. You can retake an expired test after 90 days. 90 days 3 মাসে আমি একবারই দিতে পারবো। আচ্ছা দেই। আচ্ছা, you use UDDI operation to find something when you do not know specifically what you are looking for. Which of the following UDDL operation fall in this category? Find binding. Find something when you do not know specifically what you are looking for. Find binding, find service, find model, all of the above. UDDL, all of the above. Find service, find binding, find service. Okay. While creating a client application for a web service called Question Bank, which of the following should be extended by the client class service 1? SOAP HTTP client protocol. Achha. While creating a client application for a web service called Question Bank, this is a web service creating a client application. Okay, which of the following should be extended by the client class service 1? SOAP HTTP client protocol, of course. SOAP HTTP client. Okay. Which of the following is an example of referring an external document through a SOAP envelope? Which of the following is an example of referring an external document through SOAP envelope? Person name, address, href, person, SOAP envelope. Person name Joe Smith, address. Address, person address. Extern, href talk. এটাই হবে। You create a web service which will send a SOAP fault for any request that does not include the right user agent in the HTTP headers. In this case, the user agent must be basic info user agent. Which of the following interact should your web service class implement? User agent, so fault or any request that does not include the right user agent in the HTTP headers. In this case, user agent must basic info user agent. Which of the following? Filter. User agent. The following code has stored the data using the multiple referenced accessor person address href, address 1, person ato, address 1. Okay, fine. Which of the following is the correct way to solve the error in the code given above? Must be prefixed with href value. Prefix with href value, must be prefixed with id value, must be prefixed with href value. Hash href value id হবে. Okay, time remaining এখনো পর্যন্ত 36 minutes আমার হাতে আছে. Which of the following are correct with regard to asynchronous pattern? Asynchronous pattern decreases the performance of your application. While using asynchronous pattern, you add two methods. Start your method and end your method. Where your method is the actual name of your method. The end method does not require any special attributes unless you have compelling reason to do otherwise. Always use the asynchronous pattern when you consume web service in the production code. All of the above. Yeah. Okay. Before you deserialize, you want to make sure that the XML you are about to deserialize will map into the class with which you instantiated this serializer. Which of the following methods will you use to verify this? Deserializable, compatible equals, can deserialize, deserializable. Refer to the following statements and identify the lines that are invalid. Service class, test class, language C#, using system services, public class ato. Okay. Refer the following statement and identify the lines that are invalid. Line 1, of course. Yes, of course, it's line 1. You have written a method in your web service which returns a void value. In order to make a one-way communication, which of the following do you need to do? You need to set the SOAP one-way method attribute. You need to bind the SOAP method with a void method property. You need to set the one-way property to true of the web service binding attribute. You need to set the one-way property to true of the SOAP document method or SOAP RPC method attribute. Right. Web service bind attribute. Okay. Security is a hard to use feature in .NET. On the contrary, it is rather easy to implement in web services. Which of the following namespaces is used for encryption? System web security encryption, system.cryptography, cryptography hobe. System.web security encryption, cryptography. Sometimes you will want the WSDL. Sometimes you will want the WSDL file created of your service to indicate that it will be modified by the SOAP extension running on it. Conversely, you will want the proxy generated for your from WSDL exe to add the SOAP extension to any proxy class it consumes that contains this indication. Which of the following should you apply to accomplish this? WSDL formatter, web service client extension, of course it will be B. Okay. What does WSDL stand for? Windows Service Description Language, Web Servlet Description Language, Web Services Description Language, Web Services Documentation Language, Web Services Documentation Language. Okay. Which of the following does the acronym UDDL stand for? Universal Description, Discovery and Investigation. Universal Description, Discovery and Integration. Universal Discovery, Definition and Integration. integration হবে discovery, universal discovery definition and integration. Of course it will be C. The namespace system.security.cryptography has an abstract class from which a specific implementation of various symmetric or private keys and encryption algorithms are derived. Which of the following is the abstract class? Symmetric security, symmetric algorithm, symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption is abstract. Okay. Which of the following is true with regard to .NET Web Services? Statement 1. .NET Web Services use the XML serializer as the engine for sending and receiving SOAP messages. Statement 2. .NET Web Services are literal schema based XML. They are not encoded XML. Statement 1 is true but statement 2 is false. Statement 1 is false but statement 2 is true. 2 is true. Both the statements are true. Both the statements are false. Okay, it will be C. Both the statements are true. Okay. Refer the following code snippet. XML serializer SAR SCR is equal new XML serializer. Type of service description. File stream object file is equal new file stream. Text wsdl.text. File mode .open. Service description obgsd is equal ser.deserialize file. File.close. The code given above opens a WSDL file in a file stream object. In the file stream object obg file from the location given in txt wsdl dot text, but on the opening wsdl in the service description object obgsd, the code generates an error. Identify the line number that contains the error. Okay, no problem. New file stream object file stream txt open. Acha. It will be number 1. Which design methodology spreads out processes, components and machines in a way that removes single points of failures? Standard based. Which design methodology spreads out processes, components and machines in a way that removes single points of failure? Standard based, modular, federated, none of the above. Standard based. Which of the following transport protocols can be used for communication of web service? TCP, IP, UDP, HTTP, SMTP, all of the above. It will be all of the above. SOAP define. Okay. SOAP defines 4 standard types of faults that belong to the http www.2001/2006/SOAP envelope namespace. Which of the following is the incorrect fault code? Version mismatch, must understand, invalid message, server, client, none of the above. Is it multiple? No, it will be single. Okay, the version mismatch, I think. Client must understand. Okay, false. It belongs to invalid message. Okay. You are developing a web service in ASP.NET. Which of the following .NET classes will be extended by your service? System.WebService. Okay. You are developing a web service in ASP.NET. Which of the following .NET classes will be extended by your service? Okay. System.web.services. Yeah. Web service. web.service. Okay. Which of the following XML tags does not come with a Disco document automatically generated by .NET? Which of the following XML tags does not come with a Disco document automatically generated by .NET? Discovery, schema, SOAP, contract reference. It will be SOAP, I think. No, contract reference. Discovery, schema, document automatically generated by schema. Okay. Gavin wants to read the WSDL of his web service as QBank WS. Which of the following classes is capable of keeping the WSDL? WS description, web service description, service description, web service as web service description. Okay, web service description. Okay, which of the following is correct with regard to the statement given below? Statement 1, RPC encoded clients are very similar to document encoded ones. Statement 2, RPC encoded clients need to set the use property of the SOAP RPC method mySOAPAction attribute to indicate that this client is encoded and not literal XML. Statement 1 is true but statement 2 is false. Statement 1 is false but statement 2 is true. It will be 1, I think. Okay. Which of the following represents a structure in the SOAP message? Person, first name Joey, first name, last name Smith, last name person. Person name Joey Smith, person name John Doe. People, person name Joey Smith, designation person. Person name designation person. First name, last name. Okay. Which of the following are correct? Which of the following are correct with regard to operation of WS routing? WS routing enables the specification of a message's forward message path. WS routing does not support the specification of a reverse message path. WS routing provides the capability to give messages unique identifiers and then specify the other messages to which they relate. No. Okay. Mark is developing a web service that handles RPC encoded operation. He wants to make all the methods of the service RPC encoded but does not want to put any attribute for each method. Which class attribute should he use to make all methods of a class RPC encoded? SOAP RPC methods attribute, SOAP RPC service attribute, SOAP RPC service methods attribute, SOAP RPC service, none of the above. It will be C. Refer the following code of a SOAP message and identify the error. Envelope okay, the first line is error. The namespace is incorrect. Yes. The position of the headers is incorrect. The body cannot contain symbol element. Must be understand is not an attribute of the transaction element. Which of the following does the acronym DIME stand for? Direct Internet Mail Extension, DIME, Direct Internet Mail Extension, Direct Internet Message Extension, Direct Internet Mail Encapsulation, Direct Internet Message Extension. Encapsulation will be okay. You need a serialized and array named street You want to set the array name as street name after serialization. Which of the following codes will serialize the array correctly? Public string street, XML array, street name street, XML array street name public string street. So okay, fine, it will be A, I think. Okay. Which of the following allows you as a developer to intercept every request that comes into an ASP.NET web service at various events, such as when the request begins or when an error occurs? HTTP filters, HTTP modules, HTTP formatters, all of the above. Which of the following are correct with regard to XML serialization? XML serialization is not designed to serialize any CLR object into XML. XML serialization is designed to map classes to schemas and object instances of those classes to XML instances of those schemas. The basis of XML serialization is not the CLR type system, rather it is the XSD schema type system. All of the above. Okay. Which of the following XML related technologies are part of the .NET Framework's XML technology? XML DOM, XML streaming, XML schema, all of the above. It will be all of the above. WS security includes both signed and unsigned tokens. Which of the following are correct with regards to tokens? A security token, in the most basic sense, is a piece of security related information. A signed security token is a piece of security information such as a Kerberos ticket or an X.509 certificate that is cryptographically signed. An unsigned security token contains a cryptographic signature that can verify its issuer. Okay. You need to send an image from a web server to an image server in order to customize the image for the web server. Which of the following options will you use to send binary data with a SOAP message? Encode the binary data as a string, package a SOAP message into a MIME, package the SOAP message into DIME, all of the above. Okay. When building a web service, the web services description language WSDL is the most popular option for describing web services. Which of the following sections are abstract parts of WSDL in .NET Web Services? Types, messages, and port type. It will be port type. Which fault type is used when an error occurs that cannot be directly linked to the processing of the message? Must understand, server, client. Okay. Must understand. Okay. Creating a hash with a public key encryption is the ability to verify the integrity of data without necessarily encrypting it. Which of the following are incorrect or correct with regards to hash? The hash is nearly unique digest of the message. The hash is encrypted using the public key of the sender. The encrypted hash services as a signature of the sender and is sent separately from the decrypted message. The hash is the opposite of the usual process used in encryption, in which the public key is used to encrypt and the plain text is not sent. Okay. Which of the following should you know to send a message correctly while using web service? The IP address and other endpoint information, the response schema to expect if there is a response, possible headers that may be expected in the request or response, and the schema for those. All of the above. Yeah. 2 more questions remaining. Time remaining 16 minutes. Okay. The extensibility of web services through the .NET framework and ASP.NET Web Services contributes to the power and the dynamic nature of web services. Which of the following are correct with regard to extensible of web services? 1, 2, okay. It will be all of above. This is the last question of your test. You are writing a document encoded client for your web service share codes. Which of the following indicates that this encode client is not literal XML? SOAP document method, HTTP my SOAP action, SOAP binding use encoded, my SOAP action encoded, SOAP encoded. Okay, D. I think it failed. I may fail, but I am no worry. Please share your feedback. Did the test question cover the subjects are accurately, comprehensively? Yes, definitely. Was the testing process straightforward and easy to use? Somewhat. Leave any additional comments. Time is very low. Unfortunately, you did not pass this test. Please see below areas that you need to improvement and try again after 90 days. Passing score was 2.5. I got 1.25. WSDL 0%, nothing happened. Messaging and web service 0%. Discovering web services 0%. Extending .NET web services 0%. .NET Web Service Client 20%, Securing Web Services 25%, SOAP 33%, XML serialization 50%, .NET Web Service Basics 50%, Advanced Concepts 50%. Okay, and the test. Oh ho ho. Back to my profile. तन्हाई संग दिल तन्हाई संग लाई याद तेरी संग लाई बार बार हो बार वो फिर से याद आई सोनी सोनी राहों में जिसमें थी सजाई तन्हा दिल रोया रे পাস করেছিলাম 4 নিয়ে পাস করেছি সেকেন্ড মার্চে পাস করেছি ঠিক আছে মায়া 60 minutes allowed. 5th March.
share.
$9 lakh. Family located BSD targeting Sultan requirements male female maximum 37 years old. At least 1 years of working experience related field required. Native Java, JavaScript, Python, PHP, SQL, MySQL, hybrid HTML, CSS, Linux, PostgreSQL. Critical has strong analytical thinking, good dedicated and communication skills. Apply for the job. चांद सूरत भी वही है वही आसमां। ইম্পর্টেন্ট কল আসতে পারে তো কি রে ভাই মিস করে দিতেছিস চাটা আমি খাই না लुट गए तेरी कंट्री इश्क दी गली अज कर एंट्री no 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 entry টেকোটার একটা রিপিট করি লস স্পিড আছে 4টা পেয়ে গেছি ব্রাদার। Can you really rent a coder? Online services of a rent-a-coder can be used transaction are performed by payment service. PayPal to check out and check out. Checkout.com. Mango Pay. Where are you? আচ্ছা, এর আগে কোনটা প্লাস পি ছিল না, আগেরটা কোনটা ছিল? rxapp.com 1 2 ka 3 3 2 ka 1. My name is Lakhan. मेरी कहाँ गई सुन रे. कहाँ गए चुन रे चांद रे चांद रे। listing as a Twitter. TJ's physical external account. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I can't go alone. Baby,
This is part 2 of his
fun tonight. Why not tonight? Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night, I can't go on.
ASP.NET Web API tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss creating a new ASP.NET Web API project, explore and understand the Web API code auto-generated by Visual Studio. For this course, we'll be using Visual Studio 2015. So let's flip to Visual Studio. Here, I have Visual Studio 2015 Enterprise Edition running as an administrator. To create a new ASP.NET Web API project, click on File, New, Project, and within the New Project dialog box, let's select Visual C#, which is present under Installed and under Templates, and then from the middle pane, select ASP.NET Web Application. We're going to create this within the C drive, and let's name this Web API Demo. Let's click OK. On the subsequent screen, we have the option to select the type of web application that we want to create. Do you want to create an empty web application, web forms, MVC, web API, etc.? We want to create an ASP.NET Web API project, so I'm going to select Web API. And we don't want to host this in the cloud, so let's keep this checkbox unchecked and click OK. So this is going to take a few seconds to create the ASP.NET Web API project for us. I am able to create the Web API project successfully, but just in case, if you run into these two errors when creating the Web API project, that is package installation error or fail to initialize the PowerShell host, then here are the steps to resolve those errors and successfully create a Web API project. The first step,
well, you know, where you begin. 1,
is to close all instances of Visual Studio that are running on your machine. The second step is to launch Windows PowerShell. So to launch Windows PowerShell, click on Start and then select All Apps, and then scroll all the way down to W. And here you should find Windows PowerShell folder, and within that we have Windows PowerShell. So right click on that and select Run as Administrator from the context menu. If you get a security prompt, click Yes, and this should launch Windows PowerShell. Here you may get another security prompt. Now one of the choices there is to press R, which stands for Run Once. If you do get that security prompt, press R and hit enter. I don't have that security prompt, so I don't have to do that. And once you have pressed R and hit enter, so at this prompt right here we have to execute a command, and that is set execution policy, and we want to set this to all signed and hit enter. When the command successfully executes, the third step is to relaunch Visual Studio as an administrator, and then we want to launch the Package Manager console window. To do that, click on Tools, and then you get Package Manager, and here one of the choices are Package Manager console. Select that, and this should open up the Package Manager console window. Here you may get another security prompt, and one of the choices is to press R, which stands for Run Once. And if you do get that security prompt, press R and hit enter. And then attempt to create the ASP.NET Web API project using the same steps that we have just discussed. And you should be able to create the Web API project. Just in case if you get other errors and if they are preventing you from creating the Web API project, leave those errors as comments on this video. If Explore you Web API controllers and controller class, which is present in controllers. If you have worked with ASP.NET MVC in the past, then this folder structure should be very familiar to you. Notice we have got folders for models, views, and controllers. Within the controllers folder, we've got both MVC controllers and Web API controllers. Web API controllers are different from MVC controllers. The values controller is an ASP.NET Web API controller. Notice the values controller class inherits from API controller class, which is present in system.web.http namespace. The home controller that is present right here, this is an MVC controller. And notice the home controller class inherits from a different base class, which is controller class. And this class is present in system.web.mvc namespace. Notice in the values controller class, we have get, post, put, and delete methods. These methods respond to get, put, post, and delete HTTP verbs. Notice we've got two overloaded versions of the get method, one without any parameters and the other one which take the ID parameter. Both of these methods respond to the get HTTP verb depending on whether a value for the ID parameter is specified in the URI or not. Now, let's look at the default route that's in place for our Web API project. Within our global.asax file, we have application start event handler method. This event is raised when the application starts. Notice here we have a lot of configuration. We have configuration for filters, bundles, etc. The one that we are interested in is the configuration for our Web API. The configuration for Web API is present in register method of the Web API config class. So I'm going to right click on this register method and then select go to definition from the context menu, which is going to take us to the register method in the Web API config class. This class is present in app_start folder. So notice here we have the Web API config.cs file, which contains our Web API config class and the register method. And within this register method, we have the default route configured for our Web API. Web API routes are different from MVC routes. MVC routes are present in this file, routeconfig.cs. Now, if you look at the default route that's in place for Web API, it starts with the word API, and then we have got a /, and then the name of the controller, and then another /, and then the optional ID parameter. At this point, let's run our project by pressing Ctrl F5, which is going to take us to the default start page. Now look at the default web API route. It starts with the word API. So within our URI right here, localhost colon a port number, and then forward slash, and then this word API, and then another forward slash, and then the name of our controller. What is the name of our controller? It is values controller. We don't have to specify the full name of the controller. It's enough if we just specify values. So when we do that, web API is going to take this word values and then append to that this word controller. And then web API is going to look for a class with name values controller. The browser right here is issuing a GET request, and this GET request gets mapped to the GET method within the values controller. Now within the values controller, we have two overloaded versions of GET method. So which GET method is going to respond to this URI? Now notice within the URI, we don't have a value for the ID parameter. So naturally, this overloaded version of the GET method, which doesn't have a parameter, is going to respond to the request. So let's hit enter and see what we get. Notice we get a security error. Authorization has been denied for this request. This is because of this authorize attribute right here, which is naturally related to security. We'll discuss this in detail in a later video. To keep things simple, for now let's keep it commented, build our solution, and once the build completes successfully, let's reissue the request. Now, at the moment, look at the URI right here, it's API / values. So web API is going to look for values controller. If you specify products here, then it's going to look for products controller. And if you look at the complete URI right here, it's localhost colon a port number. In a real world application, it might be your domain name. For example, it could be http //presumetech.com /API /values. So at this point, our build should have been succeeded. Let's reissue this request. And if you look at what is this GET method doing here, it is returning two strings, value 1 and value 2. So when this request resolves successfully, we should get those two values in the browser. So it's taking a few seconds since we have rebuilt our solution. So as soon as the request completes successfully, notice we have got value 1 and value 2 as expected. We have another overloaded version of the GET method that takes ID parameter. If you remember, with the default web API route that is in place, the ID parameter is optional. Notice the defaults here, ID parameter is optional, and that's the reason we are able to call the GET method without a value for the ID parameter in the URI. Now, if we specify a value for the ID parameter in the URI, then this overloaded version of the GET method that has the ID parameter will be called. And if you look at what this method is doing, it's simply returning the string value. No matter whether you specify the value for the ID parameter as 1 or 1000, we are simply going to get the string value. So let's issue this request and see what we get. Notice we get the string value as expected. What do you think is going to happen if the controller that we have specified is not found? The controller that we have specified here is values. So web API is going to look for values controller. And then since we are issuing a GET request here, the GET method is going to respond to this request. Now let's see what's going to happen if we comment the values controller. So I'm going to comment this class completely. Let's see what changes. Build our solution. As you can see in the status bar here, the build completed successfully. So let's reissue the request and see what we get. Look at the error message that we've got. It's very meaningful. No HTTP resource was found that matches the request URI /API /values /1. No type was found that matches the controller named values. So basically it's saying it can't find values controller that we have specified in the URI right here, which is very meaningful. In this video, we've just seen how to perform the GET request. In our next video, we'll discuss how to perform the rest of the actions, that is, put, post, and delete. Thank you for listening and have
Resume.